All right, what is up, guys? My name is Ariel from Ariel's Advice, and today we're going to be seeing what Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson eats in a day. And to keep in mind, this video comes from Men's Health, so I don't know how accurate this is with his diet. And for those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Ariel, and I'm a registered dietitian in the state of Florida, and I got my bachelor's and master's degree in nutrition. So let's see what Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson eats.
Hey everybody, Dwayne Johnson here, and my friends at Men's Health have asked me to talk about what I eat, so let's dig in. Here's what my current approach to eating looks like. If I like it, well, I'm gonna eat it. I am a real creature of habit when it comes to my diet. I usually eat the same thing every day for days and weeks and months. It's very consistent, it's very boring. It's also extremely disciplined, and that's something that I've
So there's a few benefits of eating the same thing every single day. One is that it reduces decision fatigue. So if you're constantly wondering, oh, what am I going to have for lunch? What am I going to have for dinner? And you have to make these impromptu decisions, your meals are not that well thought out, and you'll be more likely to go out and get something to eat, which is not bad in itself, but it's good to keep consistent nutrition, since you already know how many calories are in the foods you eat, more or less, and you already know the proper portion sizes. However, if you don't follow a balanced diet and you eat the same thing every day, this could lead to some nutrition deficiencies. So with anything, it's important to get routine blood work to see what you're deficient in, and for what you're deficient in, just supplement accordingly.
That I picked up from my old man, who was a hardcore gym fanatic. He was one of the first professional wrestlers who had a bodybuilder's body. So he taught me very early on not to eat to please the tongue, but eat to nourish the body. He taught me that when I was 5. It's probably why I need therapy. I do have specific approaches to counting macros. I have found over the years that the best strategies are often the ones that you never feel like you're hungry. There's a handful of chefs who are
Not feeling hungry is not a way to count macros. One of the best ways to count macros is to use one of the apps such as MyFitnessPal, Chronometer, My Stupid Macro Tracker. Yeah, that's the name. And you could use these apps and you could like scan the barcode of whatever food you have, and you'll know how many protein, carbs, and fats are in every single food that you eat. However, it's not really necessary to do this. It's a good skill to have, like when you're first starting off on your diet, to know more or less how many grams of protein and carbs are in every single meal. But this could lead to possible eating disorders and just overall making nutrition way complicated. A better way is just to see if you're going down on the scale, if that's your goal, and or if your goal is weight gain, if you're just consistently slowing gaining weight. Focusing on how many grams of protein is in this and carbs and fats. This could just stress you out and lead you to not dieting at all.
who I work with, and I have one advisory chef who speaks to them, who works very closely with my strength and conditioning coach, because I am in different locations often throughout the year around the world. So they work out all that math. They're much better and smarter at that than I am. I eat 6 meals a day, so I don't really have breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Although I have breakfast, that's always my meal one, but everything else will fluctuate. My breakfast consists of eggs. It consists of a meat, and that is either a bison or a steak. It also consists of oatmeal. It could be brown rice cereal with a little bit of fruit. Usually it's either papaya, which I love papaya.
So just start off with his breakfast. Eggs are amazing because they're a complete protein, because they have every single amino acid. And some people might think it's weird that he has bison in the morning, but it's just the way we're taught, that we think that breakfast just has to be eggs, French toast, and pancakes. That's just the Americanized version of breakfast, but it's completely normal to have a bison for breakfast. And for the oatmeal, if you are eating oatmeal, it's a good carbohydrate. Just make sure that it's organic, because if it's not organic, oatmeal is heavily sprayed with glyphosate, which is also known as Roundup, which could be very carcinogenic. So if you are going to have oatmeal, just make sure it's organic.
Or some blueberries, and that will be breakfast.
Blueberries are also amazing because they're very high in antioxidants, which helps reduce Oxidative stress, it also reduces free radicals, which are compounds that can cause cancer.
My second meal of the day, which usually I eat around 10, 11 o'clock, that's what I consider my lunch. Usually consists of complex carb, like a rice, as well as chicken breast.
Rice is not a complex carb.
I'll have some greens. I'm eating that after my workout. And my dinner could consist of either a fish or a chicken or a buffalo or a steak.
Fish like salmon are great because they're high in omega-3s. And usually in America, we tend to have way more omega-6s, which are pro-inflammatory rather than omega-3s. So you kind of want to have more omega-3s than omega-6s to reduce systemic inflammation.
And again, some sort of complex carbohydrate and a green. My go-to comfort food would have to be cheeseburger.
Okay, so he said that he eats 6 meals a day, but it's only showing 3. So it's already seeming a little bit inaccurate, but let's check this out.
Sometimes it's a double cheeseburger. I need some bacon on there. I need some avocado. Starts with a good, big, fat-ass bun. French fries are important. Sweet potato fries, too, as well. And I need some sort of sweets, sugar at the end of that. Usually some sort of cookies, maybe even a crumb cake. Yeah, those are my favorite ones.
Yeah, I love chocolate chip cookies. And I also like that he's not orthorexic. That means the over concern of being healthy. And it's good from time to time to eat and indulge in the foods that you like. That way that you can stick to your diet a lot longer. Obviously, if you overdo it and you have 10 cheeseburgers and 15 cookies, you're going to gain weight significantly. But just having one cheeseburger every now and then, I don't see any harm in that. Nowadays, people are so demonizing junk food. And now the big craze is seed oils. Oh my God, how seed oils is going to make you lose all your testosterone. But you could have these foods intermittently, obviously not every single day. And there's not going to be any deleterious health effects.
That's a great question. I never eat in the Iron Paradise, even though the gym
Why would you want to eat at the gym? But
is equipped for that. Every time I get in the Iron Paradise, it's time to rock and roll. It's time to train.
So yeah, it is not good to eat while you're working out for various reasons. One is that you're not going to get a pump because all of the food that's going to your stomach, blood is going to follow as well. So most of the blood is going to be circulating around your digestive system and it's not going to be in your muscles. You usually want to eat around 2 to 3 hours before your workout. Or you can have a little snack an hour before your workout, such as banana or whatever snack of your choice. Just make sure it's very easy to digest and it won't stay in your system for a long time.
Favorite carb is white rice or sweet potatoes.
And contrary to popular belief, a lot of people think that brown rice is a lot better than white rice, which, yes, brown rice has more nutrition, but it also has more phytic acid, which is a compound that binds to iron. And especially if you're anemic, you would want to avoid foods like this. And white rice, it has less nutrition because they take the bran layer out of the rice, but it is a lot easier to digest. So if you have stomach issues such as like IBS, if you have like Crohn's disease, you want to avoid brown rice.
My sushi order, I like rolls and I like fun rolls. I love getting like the turquoise blast roll. I mean, whatever the fun rolls are, because usually when I'm having my sushi, that's usually my cheat day. So I like to just go for it. I have a complicated relationship with bread, but it's a wonderful relationship. I will try anything on bread. I believe bread goes with everything, much like how I thought I was with women in high school. I went with all of them. Ooh, the best.
So yes, a lot of people demonize bread, especially these keto warriors, but there's nothing bad with bread. The only thing I would say is that you're at a restaurant, try to avoid eating the bread, like the free bread that they bring as an appetizer, because you could just eat and eat, and the next thing you know, you already had like 1,000 calories. Well, I'm exaggerating, like 500 calories before the food even gets there, especially if you're dipping it in olive oil. So if the waiter brings the bread, if you're sharing it with a large group, just have one basket. But if they keep trying to bring more bread, just I'd skip it altogether. The best is that if you're intentional with your portions, let's say with your eggs, you have around 2 slices of toast, that's perfectly fine.
Best food smell in the world is something on an open flamed grill. I love that. If I had to choose one go-to protein, buffalo.
All right, so from seeing this video, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's diet is not that bad. However, I don't have that much information on it because he said that he eats 6 meals a day, and this only showed 3. I do know that he likes to implement cheat meals, which is not bad, unless if you vastly overdo your cheat meal, which in his photos, it shows that he does eat a lot of food, but keep in mind, he's someone that's 6'4" and works out a lot, and he takes anabolic steroids, so he could get away with eating more food. But for the average person that's, let's say, 5'6", you don't want to consume huge portions like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson for your cheat meal. Not saying that you can't have a cheat meal, just don't overdo it. And that pretty much wraps up the video. I hope you learned a thing or two, and if you did, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Peace.